Hello Gemini, thank you very much for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Daily Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, the magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Already shuffled, let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to do relationship first, single second, and oracle cards come out where needed. No, I want you, like, this might go along this whole side here. Okay, so, your partner, they are just crazy, having a crazy love moment with you. They want to move forward. They want to go to the next level. Whatever that means with you, they want to go forward. They have all these big plans about what they want to do with you. This is Gemini, right? Okay, your lover is this is a relationship read, so even if you're married and been married for a long time, your partner has big plans for what they want to do with you. Big plans is what I'm getting. They're getting the Sun card with the challenge. They're getting the Ace of Pentacles with where they're standing. Their spiritual card is the Six of Wands, which is the victory card. They're going to come forward with these plans sooner or later. But the challenge card is the Sun card because I feel like they have to present it well to you. As long as they present it well, as long as they give you a really good standing about what they want and where they want to go, I feel like this could go very well. I feel like the reason the Sun card is the challenge card for them is you could say no. You could technically say no. But they're very excited. They're expecting this to work out. They want to move forward with you. They're like, this is something you just got to go for. Now, this Psychic Protection card is like, I feel like it's all along the side for you. Like, I feel like you're just kind of like, let me look a little deeper into the situation. It's almost like somebody handing you $1 million and you're looking for the wire that's going to blow it up before you even pick it up. Like, oh, sure, it's for me, but you're going to kill me if I take it. Like, it's one of those feelings. Like, what's the catch? Like, really, what's the catch? You're giving me $1 million? Why are you giving me $1 million? How long do I get to, like, what happens then? Who did you get this $1 million from? Is somebody going to be looking for this $1 million and they're going to want to take off my head so they can claim it back? Like, I feel like that energy's on your side. Like, you want to give me something really good, but what's the catch? What do I have to do? Like, what is this going to cost me to get this? It's kind of, that's the feel I'm feeling on your side. It's almost kind of a little funny, but it's kind of a little serious too. Like, all right, let me see. I'm getting your challenge card is the Ten of Pentacles. What your partner wants and what they have these big plans about, this is a very consuming, this is going to be something you have to invest in. This is something that's going to latch in. This is almost like buying a home that you're going to keep for years and years to come, and you're just like, oh, do I want this neighborhood? Like, is this a good idea? Do I really want this? Because if I say yes to this, I'm stuck here for a long time. And I feel you looking at this like, yeah, it's a good investment, but do I want it? Just because it's technically good doesn't mean I want it, but do I want it? The Ten of Pentacles is your challenge card. Like, just because it looks good doesn't mean that I automatically want it. And I feel like that's where you're standing. You have the Seven of Wands here. You're holding your ground. You're like, thank you for the offer. I really need to think it over. Let me think it over. You got the Moon card here too. I just feel like you're not trusting that this is going to be the best move for you just yet. Just because it looks great, even though it looks great on paper, doesn't mean you're sold on the situation. I got to look a little deeper. I want to think about it for a minute. Let me just think about it for a minute. For a while, for a couple days, for a couple weeks maybe. I do feel like this is a good situation. I feel like what's actually going to get you to go forward with this, and I do feel like you will, I'm getting the Six of Cups is like the history you have with this person. The history that you have with this person and knowing how much they want it, knowing how much it means to them, knowing how much you can trust them to help you out if things seem like you don't like them after a while. The history you have with this person is what's pulling you forward. And I feel it can be different for different people. especially Gemini, you see things in many different lights very easily. So it depends on how you're viewing the situation, but it's the history. It's the history you have with this person. Because I feel like they present the offer and then they put pressure on you. They're like, come on, we should do this. Come on, let's talk about it. Like, what don't you like about it? Why wouldn't you go forward with this? They're like, we should do this. We need to do this. They're also coming forward to you with the Lovers card, the World card, the Destiny card. Like, to them, this is something the two of you are meant to do together. This is time for the new phase. They love you. There's nobody else they want to do this with but you. They got the Destiny card. Like, we need to go forward. We need to make this happen. This is something we're meant to do. To them, to your partner, this is what you and them are meant to do together. They're like, we need to do this. This feels perfect for me. I feel like it would be perfect for us. This is exactly what we should do. I'm getting that pressure. And I'm getting that you are agreeing to it. I feel like I feel like you're looking at the history you have with this person. I feel like you've mulled it over a few times by this point. You really haven't made a decision until they keep pushing on you, and then you just finally go, okay, let's do it. Fine, let's do it. The Ten of Cups is like, you feel very loved. You know you're going to be taken care of. But I feel like even though you mull it over a few times, when you finally say yes, I just feel like it's almost like they're pushing on you. Just yes or no. Do you want to do this? Because I really think we should do this. They're really pushing you for a yes, but they're like, are you or are you not? Will you or won't you? And I feel like the pressure just builds enough, and you're just like, all right, yes, I'll do it. And it's just like, it's almost like in 2 seconds, you've just committed your fate. You've committed to your fate, and you said, yes, I will do it. It seems like the yes comes out really quickly. But you feel loved, and you feel safe. Once you say yes, though, your partner's off and running. It's like there's like a gust of wind where they used to stand. It's just the papers all blow around, and you hear them running away to make things happen. Like, as soon as you say yes, there they go, and they're making it happen. They got the Ace of Wands here. The energy, like, this is face down, but like, seriously, as soon as you say yes, they're off. They're like, here we go, fasten your seatbelt because I'm pushing it to the metal. I'm punching this. We're going. We're going to do this. So I almost feel like that's the point of this reading. It's a good thing to do. I don't think it's bad. But the moment you say yes, there they go. Fast, quick, gone. There we go. Here we go. And there they go. I think that's that. There's a lot of energy with this. There's like a lot of energy with this. I didn't have a lot of energy before this reading, but they're excited. Your partner loves you to bits. If this hits for you, they love you like no tomorrow. And when you say yes, they're just like, feet don't fail me now, and poof, there they go. They're off and running. They're making it happen. They're not giving you a chance to change your mind. They're off and making it happen. All right, that's the Gemini relationship reading. I feel like that's really good. I feel like it's good. I just feel like you might be a little kind of like, wow, like your head might spin. You might want to take some Dramamine before you say yes to that, because you might get a little seasick and go so fast. I'm just saying. Let's do Gemini singles. What do we have for single Geminis? Messages for single Geminis to show them what's really happening, to help them get a better sense to what they really are looking at and what they have to look forward to in this arena to pull forth what they want. Okay, we're good? Yes. I don't know if that's good or not. We'll find out in a minute. Okay. Let's shake these up a bit. Let's shake these up a bit. Okay, I was going to say shuffle, but we're going to shake them up a bit. Let's shake them up. Just 2, but that's okay. Gemini, single Geminis. Let's see. You're standing in a position. You're standing in a very empowered position. Very good. Very good. And I feel you looking back on your relationship history of other relationships you've had. And I feel like you're looking back and you're seeing what worked for you and what didn't. You're looking back at all the things that were positive, what you liked about this one, what you liked about that one, what went well. you're trying to see, like, what are the qualities you want to pull forward? What type of qualities are you looking for in your next match? I see you evaluating the past with the Nine of Cups here. And I feel like you're creating the future based on what you liked in the past. You're like, well, maybe this one had a lot of energy. I like the energy. I didn't like the chaos. So I want to keep the energy. What else do I want to keep? I liked the spontaneity, but I didn't like the chaos again. Like, ooh, I'm seeing a pattern here. So I don't want chaos, but I want these qualities. I liked this one person I was with for a while. They were very stable. I could depend on them. I knew where I stood with them, and everything always got done the way it should. They just bored the pants off me, and I didn't like it. It was just boring. So I kind of would like that quality, but I want a little bit more spontaneity. I wonder if I could get the match of somebody who's very dependable, gets all the bills paid, but also has enough flavor to like put a little bit of spark and spice every now and then to where we could have some extra fun that's unexpected. So I feel like you're looking back like, how can I create my Frankenstein's monster for love here? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I want the eyes of this one, the brain of that one. You know what I mean? The hands of this one. So I feel like it's almost like the Frankenstein's monster of like what you want to come forward next. Why am I referring to this as a monster? I don't know. It kind of makes me laugh, but I'm like, here we go. You are literally piecing together a picture in your head of what you're looking for. I almost feel like some of you are actually writing things down about qualities of a person you want. Keep in mind, if you're doing this and you're writing down qualities, for example, somebody who's very dependable and very dedicated, that's usually like a type of energy. That's like somebody very steadfast and dependable. That's the positive. It's like a positive earth element. Somebody very, stuck in their ways and a bit boring, depending. Like that's not everybody's gonna relate to it that way, but that could be like the downside of earth energy if you don't connect with it well. Don't take that the wrong way though, because not all earth is like that. It could be the way you relate to it. So just be careful, because like usually there's a base energy, and sometimes you relate to it well, and sometimes you don't. It's the same energy, it's just how it's being played out at the moment and how you're feeling about it. Kind of like fire energy. Fire energy can be very spontaneous, very active, very get things done. It can also be very reckless, very chaotic. I have some of that in my chart. Water energy, very loving, very emotional, very connected. You can feel the love. Can be very out of control, though sometimes can be very upset, very irrational once in a while. I'm saying that as a Pisces, mind you. Air can be very communicative, very including, very getting people to come together, getting people to speak their minds, getting things sorted out. Air in a negative way can be very backbiting, can be lies. That's one of the things. Can be very confusing. Can be very fire-provoking, like fire starters. You know, the fire starter people who just like they provoke arguments. Like this, all of these energies, there's the base energy. Sometimes it goes good, sometimes it goes bad. All energy has its moment, but it's which way it's going at that moment and how you're relating to. Just keep that in mind, because I feel like for Gemini, a lot of times fire goes well with Gemini. Fire that's usually tempered a little bit with something else. Like fire, like I'd say like a fire-air connection there, but that's hard. Like I don't think we need to get that technical. You might want to find somebody who's a little spontaneous, but also seems to have a little bit of earth in there to make sure that all the bills are paid. I feel like that's what you're looking for. Just be careful that you don't want somebody's like. I feel like it's going left and right. I feel like what you might want to like just kind of hone it down to is like the type of personality you want. Somebody you can depend upon, that you'll have fun with, that understands you, that will care for you. You might want to just leave it at that and just let it come from there. Because if you look for somebody too spontaneous, I feel like that might be a problem. You look for somebody who's a little bit too dependable, that might be a problem too. Because I feel you trying to piece somebody together. It seems to make sense on paper, but I feel like you're putting together conflicting qualities. Maybe I'm wrong, but you have to look at it yourself. Like right when you write it all down, if you do that, just read it back to yourself and think to yourself what type of personality that actually would be to contain all these components. because I feel you going forward, and I feel like you're actually coming across somebody more earth energy, like somebody a little bit more dependable. I feel like you're coming across somebody who seems like they're a little bit more spontaneous and fun, but when push comes to shove, they're more about making sure the bills are paid at the end of the day, that the chores have been done, that the beds have been made, that the dishes have been washed. That's the energy you're coming to. I feel like they can be spontaneous, but I don't feel like they have enough spontaneity to them that you're not really over the moon about it, to tell you the truth. I'm getting here, you're trying to put together a situation to find what you really want. You're trying to find this perfect match for you, but I feel like what you're finding is somebody who still isn't matching you. And that's really, I feel like that's where this gets confusing, because I feel like I went all over the place for a minute there, trying to put together all the pieces of what you were looking for. I'm getting like what you're finding is somebody more earth energy, but I feel like that's not working for you. I feel like you're finding somebody more steadfast, somebody more dependable, but I feel like for you that's not working. That's not keeping you engaged. That's not keeping you entertained. You definitely need a lover that can mentally keep you a little bit entertained. I'm not saying it has to be chutes and ladders every day, but I do feel like there's not enough spontaneity here to keep you together in the situation. Somebody at least, you have to find somebody at least who can keep your mind going. You know what I mean? If they're not making you wonder what they're doing next, they at least have to keep your mind going, so it gives you keep giving you something to think about. Because what I'm seeing here is this person is somebody you seem to like a lot. You seem to be trying to accept this and trying to go forward with this. I actually see that they're the ones who are going to move on from you, which is shocking to me, only because I feel like you're trying to give them a chance even though you don't really match with them. They seem to get it before you, that this doesn't really have a chance. I'm seeing them with the Two of Wands and the magical powers. They're not seeing longevity here. They're taking their chances. They're deciding to move on. They're the ones making that decision to move on. I feel you, after this person has moved on, you seem to have a broken heart about the situation because you were starting to fall for them. But I'm also seeing the authenticity for you coming forward, like you knew you didn't really match this person. And it's almost like you're looking at this, well, it's either it was going to be heartbreak now or it was going to be heartbreak later. Because I feel like you're looking at this and you're realizing you really didn't match this person. We went through a lot to get there. We went through a lot to get there. I'm feeling when you're trying to put together, like it feels like a very complicated moment where you're trying to find a good Frankenstein's monster connection for yourself. Like, I want this quality and I want that quality. It feels like you're going towards something where you're feeling like most of those qualities are there. But I feel like this person is a little bit too sedentary for you. I really find it ironic that they're the one moving on first. It just feels very ironic to me. It almost feels like that's the unpredictability of this person. Like that quality that you like, that unpredictability, just it worked against you in this situation. But the reason they're moving on is because they're not seeing this work out long term. So they're deciding to move on before it even becomes too deep. It does break your heart, but I feel like when you look at it bare bones, you're realizing this was not the match for you. Sorry about that one part. I feel like that one part I feel like I lost control of the wagon and I was just kind of riding down the hill. But we got through it, so here we are. Alright, so I do hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.